Why is TikTok so mean to me? Hello again. This person has a melting. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues. I took a call, I took a message, and it knocked me out. How are you guys doing? You guys want to know like the trick to caricatures? You guys want to know the trick to drawing really cool, like interesting characters? The trick to drawing caricatures and drawing characters that actually look really cool and exaggerated is just about learning the basic concept of where your features go. If you learn where your features go and how everything else is mapped out, the concept of drawing different characters becomes really easy. You can draw characters that are big, young, old, and have the same approach to every single one of them. Could be anime, could be comic books, it could be things like the Hulk. You don't have to choose or be like, I have to draw a different style, I have to draw differently. No. If you learn basic anatomy and perspective, and I don't mean perspective like buildings and shit. I mean perspective and like isometric perspective that teaches you that your face doesn't taper, right? Your face doesn't do this, okay? It doesn't do that. It doesn't do the whole tapering thing. You don't have one eye smaller than the other. You don't. It doesn't do that. Your head is more akin of two squares that are the same size, and that's more of how you create the proportions for a human, right? This is not how you create the proportions for anything. This is for a building. The reason that it tapers is because it has to go into the horizon. If it doesn't go into the horizon, it doesn't look like it's long enough, right? So a lot of the times we taper things down when they're going into the distance. We're not doing it when a face pops up. A face doesn't have the depth necessary to be able to do that. So you don't do that, right? You don't do that because it doesn't happen. But if you only learn how to draw perspective via horizon line, of course you're going to think that that's how it works, right? Because all that has ever taught you is that perspective points go back, and they do that. But when it comes down to the actual facial features of a person, you don't do that. You just do that to the shape around it. It's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. You guys want to know something else that's really funny and weird? Okay, so check it out. If you draw a face from the front, right? And then you add a circle, it suddenly becomes 3/4. Why is that? It's because of isometric perspective. It's because you don't really need to draw a big difference to be able to get a completely different view of your shape. How crazy is that? So whenever you're drawing a character, let's say I'll draw a simple character. We'll draw eye sockets, this, and we draw a character, right? In order to turn this into a front view, it's literally just moving this midline here. And removing the circle. It's the same thing. It's not very different. I don't know why we often think that it's these like weird, like super, like heavy, bumpy parts. Like that happens if you stylize the shit out of it. Right? You can if you have a super stylized look, but your head itself doesn't do that. Your head just kind of goes a little bit of a dip right here, a little bit of a dip for your chin, and your forehead curves. So you end up with that. That gets replicated on the other side, and you end up with the side of your head. Ooh, so hard. So understanding math helps you. If you take any shape at all, you split it in 4, right? And you draw a triangle, you have access to drawing a very basic skull within any shape. If you take this line as the midline for your ear, you have that depth for the side of the head. Your ear is going to be a good indicator of the middle part of the back part of your head. If you add one more section, so you make it 1, 2, 3, now you have access to where the face is supposed to go. If you divide the top, the bottom of the ear separates the bottom part, right? So 1, 2, 3, you end up in a situation where you can draw your characters balanced. So you don't have to necessarily do anything more than draw a box for the front view and a teardrop. A box and a teardrop give you access to a skull. From the side, just draw a circle that matches the size of the box. And you have yourself a side view. Maybe adjust the line a little bit to the side. Yeah. But it doesn't really shift all that much. And it gives you nice results. It doesn't give you like some generic-y looking things. It actually gives you like a nice range for your characters. And any shape that you decide to split, you can do that. And if you want really big eyes, leave that bottom part really big. And you can do really crazy, like Looney Tunes type eyes, right? Make that really small, and you have access to more comic bookish styles. Essentially, you just focus heavily on that one section, and then the teardrop gives you the bottom, and then you double it up if you want to have a nice standard head. Let's see, this is a small forehead. If you draw even, it's just a normal box. Eyebrows, eyeballs, and triangle gives you access to your nose and your mouth space. Being able to do that with different styles is going to be up to you, but it doesn't matter what you draw. You could draw the cutest little adorable pandas. Anything with a skull is now open game. Anything that has a skull is now available to you. Anything. What you want, like a crocodile, just draw a longer shape. A dragon, all that stuff. You know, your imagination is gonna cap you out where you need to. So you can draw anything you want that has a skull once you understand the concept of a box, splitting it in half, triangle, circle, circle, and this is gonna give you your ear, double it up, and you have yourself a skull. It's pretty easy. Now, the next step, right? The next step is understanding how and where you place the features in there. So now that we have the understanding that our box is our feature zone right here in the bottom, that's our feature zone. FZ, feature zone. The top line, our eyebrow. You can shift that to be different eyebrows. The triangle is gonna be the top of our nose bridge. This is where our eyes go. So if you split that shape with a line, you can set dot, dot, curvy line, curvy line. Dot, dot, curvy line, curvy line. Oh, you want angled eyes? Okay, cool. Triangle, this is my eyebrows. Instead of a complete line like this, I'm gonna angle them. Line, line, curvy line, curvy line. Line, line, dot, dot, curvy line, curvy line. Done. Eyebrow line, eyebrow line. Okay? You want them pointing down? Okay. Triangle, inside point, outside point. Dot, dot, curvy line, eyelid. Every eye style can be done like that. If you're looking at this from the side, it's actually quite easy too. Okay? Once you find these little triangle points, it's very easy to just map things out in space. You don't have to be confused by how to draw these things. This, draw a circle to generate the back end. Split it, ear. Teardrop, chin. You don't have to guess. You can do it by just knowing a mathematical equation. Okay? Any of these, if I wanted to continue doing anything with them, it's just a matter of drawing a circle and a teardrop. And then I have space for my mouth, my nose, my cheekbones, my chin. All that stuff comes immediately after. That's pretty helpful, huh? Can you do expressions? Yeah, I can do some facial expressions. All right, so we focused heavily on this little box, right? So we're gonna focus on this feature zone, which is just the bottom of a box. So instead of practicing on the entire head, I can just practice on this bottom part. So if I take any sort of rectangle that has these features, an hourglass in two circles, I have access to that little secret pocket part. Okay? Once I have this, if you split it in half, it's gonna look like a Pokeball. The Pokeball has two colors, right? It has red and it has black or white. That's gonna separate the part where your eyebrows are shadowing. So let's break it down into basic shape. Boom, boom. Let's see, there you go. That's the basic shape and the Pokeball with the eyeball. What happens here is all the shadows that you get above your eye are gonna fall within this. This is gonna be your cheek. Normally it's nice and plump, so you don't see a lot of lines, and sometimes it curves out to generate volume. Sometimes you see a little bit of the eye socket, a little bit more if they're old or if they are creepy. So that's where the cheek comes in. And then here's your teardrop for your mouth. So we're gonna focus heavily on just the upper part right here. Hourglass, Pokeball. Okay, This line is gonna split our eyelid. So if my eyelid is normal, it's gonna go from this side to this side. It's gonna go around my circle and come back out. So it's gonna do go in, go around, and then come back out. The bottom line is gonna intersect it like so. And then you're gonna darken the upper line to give it depth. So the moment that you add those three elements, you have yourself a nice little eye. Pokeball, curvy line that goes over the ball, intersecting line, detail, darken. Cool. So now we have an eye. The upper line right here, that is your eyebrow line. This is your nose. So this is your nose bridge. Okay? This is going to lead to your eyebrows on both sides. Your eyebrow is going to start roughly like a fan coming out of your eyes. Okay? The reasoning is your eyeball sits here, and then you have your bone structure right here on top that carries that muscle. It's on top of the eye opening, but it's not on top of the eyeball. The actual structure here is giving you the eye socket where the eyeball sits. So the top of this becomes the eyebrow. This becomes your eyebrow line. When you move that eyebrow line down, this is what happens. When you move that eyebrow down line, when you split it in half, and you move that down, it's gonna cover part of the eyeball, right? And the further down you move it, the more of the eyeball that it's gonna be covered. So you end up in a situation where you can move this little section up and down, right? And have access to a bunch of different styles. But the bottom part right here doesn't shift. The bottom of the Pokeball never shifts. That's your bone. This is your bone, and this is your eyebrow muscles. So the bottom part of it stays static, right? It stays static because that's your bone structure. That's the bone that's connecting to your teeth and stuff. And then the upper part is your eyebrow. So your eyebrow can move, can change, can shift, and give you much of different range of expressions. So this upper line above the horizon line, above the equator, this is your cheek, this is your eyebrow line. And that divides your eye shape in half. So that is essentially what's happening with that part of your face. Does that make sense? I think with that, we're going to call it a day for the lesson. That'll be enough for keep you guys. We'll call it the feature zone class. And I'll upload this one as the feature zone lesson. And then I'm going to hop on again, and I'm going to play music. And I'm going to draw. And I'm going to give you guys examples of these, like how you use this. So if you guys want to hop on again, perfect. I'm just going to do Pinterest drawings and show you guys how you would approach every single one of these faces with this sort of measure. Okay, I'll do one just for fun real fast. I'll do that one right there. Hold on. So this guy has closed eyes. He has a big honker of a nose. He has big eyebrows. He has his hair on top. His ears are long and big. And he has his little teardrop that goes all the way outside. He has his open mouth, his cheeks, chin, and hair. And I'm going to show you guys quickly what he looks like. You guys tell me if I captured him enough. Not bad for like a 10-second sketch. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. And if you guys feel like coming on and joining me again, I'm going to hop on in like 2 minutes. I'm just going to grab some coffee and hop back on. All right. Later, Gators. I just wanted to hop on and give you guys a lesson. I don't want to ever leave you guys without a lesson for a day. That's honestly something that I really, really strive for. Like, I make sure that you guys don't go without a lesson for the day. I have met, even today, I met a wonderful person that's about to be another one of my apprentices. And he is very dedicated. And I really, really enjoy teaching dedicated people. You have no idea like how driven I get the moment that I find that somebody else is like actually wanting to learn. So if you guys want to come learn some more, there's a ton of videos on YouTube. There's a ton of videos on Instagram. There's a ton of videos on here, TikTok, everywhere. I am everywhere. And I'm about to be everywhere else too, by the way. I just signed the contract with company. And oh my God, you have no idea. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But I can't say anything. I can't say anything yet, but I'm so excited. You have to prove to me that you have the drive to do it. And that's it. That's it. I teach. I have about 7 apprentices right now. And I dedicate time to each one of them every week. And you guys essentially are the reason that I do all the videos. My apprentices ask me for things. So they're like, hey, can I set up pinups? Can I see the beanbag shape? Can I see faces? Can I see mouths? And then I just do my streams based on what my apprentices ask. If they want to see legs, I'll do a whole stream on legs. So you get a whole lesson for you pretty much because you ask for it. How to draw glasses on different angles. Well, we can draw glasses in the next one. All right. See you guys later, Gators. Take care. Have books in my bio if you guys want to buy my shit. You guys can follow that stuff. They're pretty cool. I have like 5 books out now. Yeah, I'm like a mini publishing company now. Sweet. Later.